Hey everybody, it's your boy Aaron Knuckles, aka the Entertainment Fiend, here to give you episode 6, I believe, recap of the challenge War of the Worlds. I believe this is episode 6. I'm like losing track of the episodes. I should probably keep track of that. If it is, it's 7, but I'm pretty sure it's 6. If I'm wrong, then someone slap me, sue me, all the above. I don't know. But I can't get sued because I don't have much money. But anyways, let's get right down to it, man. Last episode we see Zach go home. Now, I'm sure Carl loves that. It's bittersweet, but that's another champ. Ashley went home. Bananas went home. CT went home. Now Zach went home. And I said this before, and I said this again. Johnny said we failed to protect our house. Like, yes, I get it. Bananas and West rivalry goes on for a long time. But if these guys would have worked together at first, they probably would have taken this UK alliance by now, because this UK alliance is taking over. It's just not that, but the vets are going home one by one, like the champs. And Leroy West noticed that. Leroy's noticed that. It's like, yo, like, we are getting taken out one by one. Like, it's not looking good. So somehow they gotta stop this UK group. Well, I don't want to say you just UK group, but I want to say, this new generation of challengers, because you can't let if you're at a vet, you can't let these new kids go in. I mean, even Hunter, despite him being part of the new generation, he's a champ too. You can be on the clock too, but granted, he's with Georgia though, so he's kind of with that UK line, it's kind of not. Like, it's kind of mixed right there. So in the beginning of the episode, we see Donnie and Bear talking. I'm like, yeah, after everything that just happened, y'all are talking like y'all like Donnie's just gonna forgive him like that? Like, I don't know. Like, that guy, Bear's like, yo, I can't have fun. Like, no, bro, have fun. Do what you want to do. Like, you're single, have fun, but you gotta know that once you in the challenge, it's always gonna come back to you. It's live TV, and if you lie, you're gonna look stupid on reality TV. Like, here's what I don't get. When people want to lie on reality TV, like, you're being recorded. Like, it's gonna come out eventually. I guess they know. They just might just lie about it in the meantime, because it's gonna be shown sooner or later. So it's like, fuck it, just lie. We'll see what happens. So we see also Leroy sees Cam flirting with Theo and stuff like that. Now apparently those are the stories that, well, Leroy's like, things didn't work out with me and Cam, and then Cam was saying Leroy taught me when I really felt for Leroy, and I guess I kind of believe Cam's side of the story more, but I love my boy Leroy, so it's like I try to give it a benefit of the doubt. But I just hope those guys can work it out. I mean, they look good together. I mean, granted, I don't know anything about Theo. He seems like a nice guy, but when people are saying you can do whatever you want, so I mean, and it's kind of hard to see somebody that you care about go be with someone else. Like, that's always tough for anybody. So like, that's tough for Leroy. It's like you start. It's like when maybe he did dump Cam. Maybe he wasn't feeling it, but I guess when we see her with somebody else, I guess is the true feeling, or just don't want her to be happy. I don't know, but what I mean, it's tough. So today's challenge was Doom Bug in. This challenge seemed really, really hard. So basically, there's a monster truck that's driving, and on its tail it's 10 tires. The challengers have to have to jump from tire to tire until they get to the tail of the truck, and then when they get to the tail of the truck, release all the tires right there. So it looks harder than it actually looks, man. Like that, I don't know how fast the monster truck's coming. The guy jump from each tire to tire. Now the order was random, and the first person that went was Ninja Nally. Now anytime we see a challenge that says, "Oh, it's meant for this person. This person's gonna do well," they don't do well, and Ninja Nally just didn't get a single one. Now it is her type of thing, but we all have our bad moments, man. Like, it's bad. Like, it's really, really bad. So honestly, looking at it, I don't know if any girls made it all the way. I should have wrote this down, but I don't know which. I think Nani did the best out of the girls, or no, wasn't, or maybe it was, I don't know, was it Cara? No, Cara got a couple, but I think Nani did the best out of the girls. Like that thing, I didn't see a whole lot of girls Yeah, she got like 5 times. I think that's the most a girl has gotten. The You want to look at the guys. I mean, Cal made it all the way. Hunter made it all the way. Uh, it's funny. Weston was going up against Bear. He best beats Bear and it takes the tail like cuts the tires off, and Bear's like wandering around the desert. So I think Weston and Bear is like a new rivalry. Well, no, it can't be a rivalry when it's only their first season together. But you already know there's some tension. Like these guys are out to get each other right there. So no surprise right there. And Paulie, man, I gotta say this. I gotta say this about Paulie. He made it all the way to now. This teammate didn't make it all the way. So clearly, they weren't gonna win that. But I gotta say one thing about Tom, man. You want to talk about like an MVP? Like he's like doing really well. I'm not saying he's the best, but like I want to say like best, most improved. Like he was good in Final Reckoning. We really saw that when he's on his own, he can perform really well. And this one, Grant Hansen, he's got a good partner too that makes it even better. But I'm just seeing, from the first episode, was the number one guy that won it. Grant, then he won the that other one when there was like with the ball, the mud, stuff like that. Won that. Then he won. Then him and Ninja Nally won that pole singer thing. Then they won that endurance with the tire thing. Like they have been doing well now. And if Ninja Nally would have got maybe a couple of tires, they possibly could have won that. So I just want to say shout out to Paul. He showed people that like last season wasn't a fluke. Like he is here to play. So I really believe him and Ninja Nally are gonna make it to the final, and I really hope they do. So we'll see. And then TJ announced the winners, and it was Weston D. Having that Hunter Georgia, but in the last place came down to Kyle and Maddie and Cara and Theo. And I think Kyle and Maddie won by just a couple of seconds. I'm not sure how many seconds it was, but they won, so that was the tribunal. So clearly, you already know who Kyle and Maddie are going to vote for. Well, Kyle and Maddie was Paulie and Ninja Natalie. I mean, that was going to be a given. Wes indeed chose, Bear and Davon. Now, I shall get into that later. And Hunter George just picked, a man that attack, because he brought up a good point. Why piss off another team? But, the more I think about it, much as, Hunter and Amanda Leitch, I think it's a little bit better for them to, team up and take on this UK alliance. Like, it's so hard to team with your enemy, but like, man, like you're fine with each. Here's the thing: when you have a rivalry, you're gonna fight with that rival. Whereas the ultimate alliance is still taking over. Like Johnny and Bananas, you're pretty much doing the houses dirty work for each other. What Johnny going for Johnny and West, CT exactly. Like you're doing what the rookies want. Well, UK rookies want is you guys go up against each other. So I get Hunter's move, but really thinking about it, and another British team because actually, I think this is the first time Hunter and Georgia had Hunter Georgia had a disagreement because he literally said if you put Ninja Natalie and Paulie in there, most likely they're gonna win that elimination and they're gonna be safe. Do you want to have that? And I think Georgia wasn't trying to avoid her alliance, which I completely understand that. And so it's like, why? She's saying, Wes, why you want to take a Bear? Bear doesn't care. Bear cares. I don't care about Bear, It's like, I guess I had to drop a bomb. Like, the look on his face is just, I guess I just had to drop a bomb. Like, the way his face was, it was just a Wes face. Like, oh my God. I am so glad West is back. This is just so fun. So much fun to watch. Of course, that gets Georgia upset. Maybe it wasn't the best. I think he said he has the hots for Nani, which I don't think he said that, but he was flirting with Nani, saying he wants both of them. So, yeah. So it was definitely fun to watch, interesting to watch. So, we go to the tribunal. Davon tells Bear, whatever, they're going to get ready for the tribunal. And, it was simple. I mean, you just have Ninja Natalie and Polly, like, laughing at Kyle. Like, we knew it was coming. Josh and Amanda didn't really say anything. Uh, Bear just said to Wes, "You're a sturdy, stinking liar," and blah blah blah. Apparently he patched things up with Georgia, and like just something about this Bear man. He's just really annoying, bro. I guess he's just trying to get his shine in, but it's like, from what I've just seen from this guy, he just talks and talks and talks. So I mean, Davon was smart, being part of this UK alliance, but I'm pretty sure she's getting tired of dealing with Bear, man. This guy, like I said, Bear just keeps on talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Like, it's just, now she knows she has a target on herself, because I mean, I can't stand targets, man. Like, when a challenge for you like start before you start saying that you're hot shit or anything like that. Like, it just really really bothers me. So then the other party episode, they all go out to the club and whatnot. Leroy talks to Cam, and wants to go back to the things that they were, go back to the things where they were. And next thing you know, Cam is making out with Theo. So I mean, we knew that was gonna happen. That was party episode. That was actually preview of the trailer, right? The preview of this episode. Well, preview of this the season and whatnot. So apparently it didn't work out, and then Cam and Leroy had a little bit of argument at the house. It's, I like those two, and you have Theo that's like, shit, man. That's the thing that says about getting in a relationship with a woman, and she has her ex is right there in the house. So we also saw Nani and Hunter flirting there, so maybe there's something going on between those two as well. But then we get to the elimination. I mean, not a whole lot like as really interesting, really really happened in this. Hunter and Georgia chose separate people for this episode, so chose a separate team. So at the end of the day, Davon and Bear got the most votes, and they chose Leroy and Shailene. Oh God, I already forgot her name. Shailene, yeah, Shailene. And you know what's gonna happen. I mean, they're not. They think because when you really look at it, what have Leroy and Shailene done? Like, they haven't done much at all. Like, they haven't really performed well. So it's, you knew that was gonna happen, and this elimination was very tough. It's called a sandbag burn, and they just basically had to pull, like, they had to pull each partner would have to pull a bunch of sandbags, and I can already know that this is gonna be like very tiring as hell. Because if you now, for the girl side, it was Davon was beating Shailene, but you look at the guy side, Leroy was doing pretty well against Bear. I think Leroy was like, I think the guys went first, it was the girls. I'm not sure, but like Bear, like if it was Leroy and Bear 1-on-1, I think Leroy would have won that. Now, Shaylin's a sweetheart. I don't have nothing against her, but I think she kind of hold like uh Leroy back. Like, that's what everyone was saying. Like, yo, we know Leroy can perform in eliminations, but it comes down to Shailene. I don't want to hurt the girls for that. Shailene is a nice person, you know what I mean. And what I like about Shailene, Davon, and Leroy is that they were in the room talking about the whole camp situation, and Shailene, Leroy, they're all cool. Like, Davon's cool with Josh. She didn't want to do it, but she said my daughter comes first, and and Leroy and Shailene, we remember, like, we understand, like, and I like that. I like the fact that they didn't let the game take, like, ruin their friendship. So that's always important, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to win money, and they will say, I got my daughter. My daughter comes first. We completely understand that. But in the end, Bear and Davon did one. Bear was just showing poor sportsmanship, man. I really hope that West takes him out. Like, not, I mean, great, I don't think he was going to elimination with him, because nobody wants to go to elimination. But now Bear thinking like he's hot shit. So now we got wait 2 weeks to see if this guy goes home. Like, this guy just keeps talking shit all the time. Like, and Leroy said, was like, yo, man, you're being a poor sport. And and Leroy said, Leroy and Shayla, I think they're gonna be good friends. I see like a brother and sister relationship between those two. And At least I'm sad to see Leroy go. Leroy is actually one of my favorite competitors. Personality, I think he's a good competitor, but I like his personality more than his competition. So yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to say about this episode. I mean, pretty decent episode. The UK alliance is still there. Hopefully, it starts crumbling soon. Because when you really think about it, though, the UK alliance is really Asher C, Bear, Georgia, and Theo. Now, look at it this way. You really think about it this way. That's four of them, right? Then you got Jenna and what? Jenna and Gus, um, Wes and D, Ninja Natalie and Paulie, Nani and Turbo. And I'm gonna say this too. Perhaps Kyle and Matt, like, yeah, Kyle is from the UK, but I'm not sure if he's like, and yeah, Josh and Man too. I'm not sure if he's actually aligned with that group, technically. So honestly, I just feel as though I hate to say it like this, but this will never happen. If Paulie, Kyle, and Carr can, no, it's not, no, there's not gonna happen because Carr is like her partner's Theo. But you see, that's the thing. I want this UK Alliance to die, but like I like Carr, and Carr's aligned with Theo. I like Cam, I like Davon, but it's like they're partners. So it's like Bear and like Leroy and Shayla were saying, "Yo, we have nothing but love for Davon. We're not gonna hold a grudge." But her partner Bear, the way how he talks to people, it's just he's just just a disrespectful dude, man. Like, yeah, man. Somebody, I just hope someone teaches him a lesson. But he's safe for elimination, so he's got the relic, so he's good. But they really gotta start shutting this UK Alliance down. Like, if West is in there, I think West they would have destroyed them, honestly. So, and anyway, the UK Alliance is still in effect. They're still taking over. Good episode. We see in the next episode preview. Apparently Josh is sticking up for Amanda. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys probably heard about this by now. You looked at my video earlier today. Was that apparently Amanda's done with the challenge? She didn't like how her character's being portrayed or whatever, or then MTV might like sue her legal rights. Now I don't know. Like I said, something had to happen this season or maybe after this season that that for her to get that mad. But she did say after the reunion she is done. So I don't know if that question is gonna be asked after the reunion, because she said after the reunion with MTV I am done. So that shows that she's gonna be there, but will they address that question though? It comes down to that. So I wonder if they are. So I'm very curious to see. So like I said, it was a good episode, decent episode. Not a whole lot of drama. Wes won. Like Wes said this, Bear won the battle, but didn't win the war. So I really just hope Bear it's just like Bear's like the leader of that UK group. It just needs to God, man, just be humble and shut up. So it's always the talkers, man, always the talkers that are probably the weakest, because he gave up last week. So yeah, did they win the simulation? Yeah, but let's not say that he might not quit again. So that chemistry can still be broken. So we'll see. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care and have a good night.